Hi, I'm Duncan from Auto Shining Tintin and welcome to another good video. We are going to find out today if we can PPF a 2015 Golf, which is 6 years old and it's done 14,093 miles. So we're going to find out, is there any point of PPF in it? So, little backstory, gentleman came to us about a year ago, didn't know whether to do PPF or ceramic coating, went with ceramic coating on the cost option, and unfortunately he's suffered a lot of stone chips to the point he bought this bonnet second hand, same colour as his car. He's bought this off eBay, but it's come with PPF. His bonnet had so many stone chips in this last year, it was unreal. So he's bought this. We're going to remove this, hopefully it's going to be perfect underneath, and then we're going to run you through all the stages. So what's coming up in this video is first the full decontamination wash, what we're going to do with the iron decontamination, things like that. Dan will show you on that. Then when the car's inside, we're going to clay bar every panel and then we're going to machine polish. So we're going to find out the results of what we can achieve and how far we need to go with the machine polish before we install PPF. So there is damage to this car. We've got scuff here. This is the worst thing on the car. Ideally, the only way to get that perfect is to repaint it because of the depth of it. But we're going to find out how much we can save it by basically inside with our techniques. So that's coming up as well. Is there any point of PPF in a 6-year-old car? We're going to find out.
What's that you're putting on there? Fallout. It is 4 wheels, but you can use it on paint as well to remove the oil as well for about 5 to 10 minutes. They'll turn purple. So we've got all, well, 90% of all the crap off the actual car itself. So I sprayed some fallout remover on now. So this should be the last sort of process before I can hand wash it. I mean, you can spray it on like this, but it only hits one area. But if I do this, just make sure every edge of the panels had some sort of fallout remover on it. Yeah, this is just one part of it. If anything, it's probably one of the longest parts because you've got to make sure it's done properly. That's a lot of iron on the floor. That's blood now. Oh, blood, sweat and tears cleaning this. All the decontamination's completed now, so we're just going over it with car shampoo. Just removing the residue of the iron fallout. Because it does, it sits, lurks around on the paint, you don't want it to. And we're going to get that off soon as well. All dry? All dry. I'm going to take this around now. We need to get PPF off and check.
Looks quite pristine underneath.
Yeah, thankfully. We're in the best PPF job, but at least it's done the job.
So is that the touch-up pen that the customer's given us?
Yeah, so I'm judging it's going to be the right colour. I'm opening it.
You're just going to touch up all the areas you can.
At every single panel. For example, this wing, there's literally 2 little ones just there. I can see 2 little marks just there. They're stone chips, really, really small. But I can make them disappear.
And it isn't too hard to do this because you're dropping the paint into the hole.
Yeah, it's filling the gap basically, and you overfill it. You let it dry, and when it gasses off, it kind of shrinks in. And you do it again. Hence why I've got the tape, so I can remember where all the little bits I've done. Okay, next. So the bonnet did have PPF on it, but the question is, how long did it not have PPF on it?
The condition looks okay.
It looks okay now, but my eye has already spotted something.
What do you see?
Right there. So whether that was done through the PPF, yeah, or it was done previous to having the film on. Little one there as well. I don't know if you can see that now before I pick it up.
Yeah,
there.
just about.
Very precisely adding the paint to it. Yeah, it's never going to be exactly perfect compared to, you know, getting it all fully resprayed. But it's good for just taking the eye off something. When there's no point getting a full respray on that bonnet, just for them 2 little things there. Yeah, so once they're dry, sand it, polish it, PPF it, brand new. Spot some tiny ones here. Really, really, really minor. You need a steady hand for this sort of stuff, Kenny.
Then we like to take depths of the paint just to make sure then we know if we're working with original paint or not. This measures the thickness between this surface here and the metal panel below, so it measures everything in between. So there is 140 microns of a combination of paint, primer and lacquer in between the metal panel and the surface of what this is measuring. So that lets us know how deep we can go. If there's a scratch in there, 283. 133.
What's that mean?
Means the bonnet's had paint. You'd never get paint from the factory measuring 300 microns. As we know, it's not original. We're just doing in-depth inspections and make sure everything's safe. So 128, which is average.
That's original.
For original paintwork.
So when I wipe the panel, the only thing that should be left is the paint. Okay. So if there's anything white, I know it's not going to be a bit, it's going to be a stone chip. Yeah. We'll remove that. Polish it. The car will look showroom when it's done. That's even before the PPF. I think that's all the stone chips done there. What's next then? Polish, I suppose. Might do the roof. The roof needs a bit of attention.
So it looks like I've missed a lot. All those bits that you touched in with the paint, you've sorted them.
Yeah, sanded them back, flattened them down, then give them a polish. And they'll come out pretty good. I've done that. I'm just going around the car with tar and glue because it's covered in tar. It sticks to the car like glue, but dries solid. Yes, there's all these little processes that bring the paint and lacquer back to how it was when it left the factory.
With the PPF applied as well, will that kind of help hide some of the scratches in the paint?
Yeah, I mean, 200 microns, so it's a lot thicker than the actual lacquer itself. Being clear as well, the glue actually sits in any swirl marks that are left over. If you do have a car covered in swirl marks and you PPF'd it, it look like it's just been polished.
Will the PPF cover some of the scratch on the paint?
PPF will, because the adhesive will sit in slightly, so all those will go. But what it won't cover, because that's facing down, when the car's down on the ground, unless you crouch down, you're not going to see it. But this bit you will, because it faces you. So if we gloss black wrap that, it'll protect it and make it. So we started the video with a question: can you PPF a 6-year-old car done 14,000 miles? And I think the answer is yes, you can. Takes a lot more work on our side. So let's show the worst of the damage on the car was this scuff down here. We wet sanded it, we machine polished, work our magic on it, and we've removed, I'd say, about 60–70% of that. It's still visible, but you've got to crouch down to see it. There was a scuff on this part as well, so what we did on this part, because it's a separate bit, we wrapped this gloss black with a vinyl wrap, so that's protected it as well as covered that scuff. So front bumper, in an ideal world, I think should have been painted, would have got it perfect, because there are some other stone chips on it, but we've got them pretty good, so it looks a damn sight better than what it did. The rest of the car has come out really, really well. Full machine polish, obviously, as you've seen, and then with the whole of the PPF, it's really brought the gloss out. I think it looks fantastic. There's the odd little chip down here that we had to touch in. They've pretty much gone now. You reduce them by 80–90%. Most importantly, the car looks 10 times better than what it did. But on top of that, it's not going to get any worse. And because it's a gloss black car, which swirl mark like crazy, it's going to be really easy for the customer to maintain now. Because the PPF self-heals, we don't have to worry about any swirl marks because they're all going to come out on the whole car. So it's going to be really easy to keep looking this good. So I think mission complete, Nate. Thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed the video, please like, share and subscribe. We greatly appreciate it, to all those lovely people that do. And we'll see you next video.
Like Mike J. Might take a flight 8. Yeah, it's been a nice day. Trying to do the right thing. I'm trying to get the right pay. Hey, it's been a long week.